Let's see, got to refresh a little bit here. Still not there. Let me refresh one more time. There we go. Safety razors. That's what we're going to talk about. We'll also talk about some watch stuff. You know, we always talk about some watch stuff. But we're going to also talk about the safety razors and whether or not that's a way to go in this day and age. Logan is in the house. And so we're going to talk about a lot of different things, but one of the subjects we're going to talk about are these safety razors. It was suggested in the last show that I should get an old-fashioned safety razor. They call them safety razors. They basically use the double-edged blades that have been around forever, and you just pop the blade in and shave. And the argument, according to a lot of people, is that it's a better way to shave, that you actually get a closer shave. Obviously, you save a lot of money because the blades are like 25 cents a piece or less compared to maybe $1 or $2, depending on the disposable type blades that you're using. I use Harry's. And to tell you the truth, I haven't really calculated how much each blade costs me. It's one of those things where, you know, you just buy a bunch of them and you got them and you use them, and I don't pay a lot of attention, but I didn't think they were much more than $1 each. Maybe somebody can check and see how much the Harry's blades cost. If you buy like 30 of them or something, how many dollars does it cost to buy 30 blades? Be interesting to know for this discussion. Maybe somebody can check it out on their website and figure it out. I will say that Harry's, of the ones I've tried, like the Mach 3 and all those different things that you can buy at like Costco and so forth, Harry's do seem to work the best. And they do seem to last pretty well. You can get a couple of weeks out of them easy before they start, you know, being marginal. And so that's not terrible. I understand on the double-edged blades, you can get about a week, generally speaking. That's what most people are saying. So still, that'd still be 50 cents for 2 weeks, right? And if the Harry's blades are $1, let's find out how much they are. We really need to know that so we can get a good comparison here. If the Harry's ones would be $1, let's say that, well, we got to wait until we find out how much they cost. Then we can do the comparison. Then we can do the cost comparison. By the way, I'm wearing a Brooks Brothers shirt, of course, French cuffs, very little starch in it. And I'm too lazy to put on a tie today, so I don't have a tie. But I'm wearing my camel hair sport coat. And I had another comment saying that I should sell some watches so that I can turn the heat up in the house. And here's the thing about running the heat in the house. There are a couple of issues with keeping it too warm. One big issue is the cost. Okay, obviously that's an issue. The other issue is the health aspects of it. If you keep your home too warm, your body doesn't burn as many calories to keep itself warm, right? Your body is a heater, basically, right? And so if it's cooler in the house, your body has to burn more calories, so you're less likely to put on weight, okay? So it's a weight savings thing also. And also, I think it's healthier if you're going out into the cold and then you're coming back in and all. I think it's better not to have a drastic temperature change. I think it's better if you don't have as much of a temperature change. Even if it's summertime, for example, and it's hot outside, then it should be warmer in your apartment or home, whatever. And so that there's not that drastic change all the time. I think that's not real healthy. So, but I'm not 100% sure on all that, and I'm not a doctor, and this is not medical advice. So where's Dawn? I'm not sure. And I looked at the Gillette, Jeff. I looked at the Gillette ones, but they don't seem that well made to me. They don't seem like they're solid brass or anything like that. They seem like they're plated, and they probably use some kind of pot metal or something or whatever. I don't know, zinc or something, and then they plate them, and it doesn't seem that high quality. The ones that I mentioned in the Timless Razors, let me pull those up because those seem to be really well made. Give me a moment here and I'll pull them up. Timless Razor. Here we go. And we'll go to their website here. We'll take a look at their website. As you know, I'm always interested in quality. I'm always interested in securing quality items, especially if I can get items that are made in these United States. And these are made in the USA. And that one, the bronze one, I guess you could call it brass. They use the term bronze. I'm not sure what the difference is between brass and bronze, but and they have stainless steel ones. But by all accounts, these things are extremely well made and will literally last generations. And so I think it would be worth paying more and getting something like that, assuming that it does the job. And the reviews I've seen, they basically, I think, do a good job, is from what I can tell. And I kind of like the base that you can get with them also. We were just on their website, just noodling around here. Timless. See the base that you put them in? And you get different head designs and so forth. The one that I like is, I'll show you the one that I was looking at. Let me see here. Bronze. Okay. So I think the .38, I think this one is interesting. And you can get it with a stand. Well, why don't they change the picture when I change that to stand? Why don't they show the stand? Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Well, anyway, guys, you should fix your website. Got this stand that you put it in. Oh, here's one with it in the stand. There it is in the stand. Whoops. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, it looks like you can buy a high quality razor to hold the blades, right? So, okay, what do we got here? Check out the Japanese brand Feather. Yes, I've seen that also. Specifically their blades and their stainless razor. Yes, I've seen Feather. Are they actually made in Japan, or are they outsourcing them to somewhere else? Do you know? More expensive than most razors, but it's of far higher quality. Well, it's probably not more expensive than the one I just showed. I wouldn't think. So, yeah. Can you let me know if they're actually made in Japan? I'll pull them up next here. Feather. Feather. We'll pull that up. Because I think I could go for something that is, oh, they are more expensive. My gosh, here's one for $600. Wow. Here's one for $184 though, which is about the same price range, or roughly the same price range as those ones I just showed, a little cheaper. I mean, a little more expensive. Wow, they are expensive. Okay, so here's, and I'll share the screen here in a second when I find something I can settle down on here. Here's the Feather. Here's one for $158 on Amazon. There's a Feather. That's the ASD2 model. Is that the model that you would be referring to? I'm going to add that to the cart here. I can tell you one thing about this deal with this shaving thing. This is not going to be an inexpensive proposition for me because I'll end up buying several razors and checking them all out, and this is not going to be an inexpensive thing going on here. Let's see what else we got going on. How come some of these are so much money? How come some of them are a lot more than that? What is the difference? Which model feather are you recommending? What specifically, which one? A different topic. Isn't Harry's garbage razors? They work well for me. They work well for me. Let's see here. Let's see. Hello, sir, watching from Mexico. Okay, where are the trolls? Where's Pedro? Hopefully he found something better to do than troll on YouTube. Different topic. And I'll bring up another troll made a comment on yesterday's video. I just illustrate the lunacy and idiocy. A different topic. Isn't Harry's garbage razors? Like I say, I think they work fine. Craig, I think you need a new stainless steel casual sport watch. I think you need a new stainless steel casual sport watch. You mean you think you need one? I don't need one. I'm not going to buy any more stainless steel watches. I'm done with stainless steel watches. I have no need for a stainless steel watch. If I buy another watch, it'll be 18 karat gold. I've got the titanium diver as my beater. Let's do a time check. There's my beater watch right there. Somebody made a comment. It must be nice to have a Grand Seiko as your beater watch. Well, here's the thing. I mean, why wouldn't you wear these watches? What are you going to do? You're going to preserve it for the next person? The next person isn't going to give a rat's rear end. You might as well wear the watch and enjoy it because nobody's going to care about the watch when you're gone. I can tell you that right now. Nobody really is going to care. Okay. I use a few different vintage Gillettes, a 1948, 1952, 1960 Super Speed 3-piece. I also have a new Merkur. The old Gillettes are dated to year and quarter of production. I have one 1960. Yeah, but Jeff, I'm not trying to become a razor collector here. I just want to buy the best razor and use it. One that'll last and that I can easily put the blades in and out, and I can just do this thing that called shaving and move on with it. I'll tell you, I've watched a lot of the videos, and I thought the watch people were obsessed. Some of these shaving people are so obsessed with this thing. My God, they do 3 passes, they do all this preparation and all. Yeah, when I'm shaving, I'm ready to get out the door and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to shave. I'm not making a production out of shaving, okay? I'm just not going to do that. So this is kind of bizarre, this whole thing. But I'm going to see. I don't think it has to be a production. My guess is you can use these things and shave just as quick as I can do it with the Harry's thing. The Harry's thing, all I have to do is I get some warm water. This is if I'm not shaving in the shower. I really prefer shaving in the shower, and we'll talk about that next. But if I'm not shaving in the shower, if I'm shaving at the sink, I get some warm water and put it on my face a couple times, kind of warm my skin up, warm the whiskers up, and then I just put on like the Gillette foamy or what, not foamy, or some kind of gel thing that I get from Costco. You get a 3-pack of them, whatever that is. And I just swirl it around with my hands and put that all over the area that I'm going to shave. And then I take the Harry's razor and I shave and then periodically put it under the water to rinse it and shave. And I'm done pretty quick. I mean, it's 30 seconds, 40 seconds? I mean, I'd be surprised if it's a minute, the whole process. So these guys that are shaving for like a half an hour and they're doing all this prep and they're doing like 3 passes and all this stuff, I mean, no, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going there if that's the whole deal, but I don't think that has to be the whole deal. I don't think you have to do it that way. Okay, so let's see. Locked in their basements. Sorry to digress, but could you put a link of the review Archie did for you? I don't. Where did I put that somewhere? I might have put it on my Grand Seiko page. No, I don't think I did. You can't Google it. It won't come up. Maybe he didn't tag it. It's a combo meal deal. Rolex 18238, and Grand Seiko Diver. Maybe you can search on his channel. Maybe he was smart enough to put that in the description. I think he put something like that in the description. But I don't know if I have the link. I don't know if I kept the link. Trying to think where I would have it. Let me look and see if I put it on the Grand Seiko page. I don't think I did. That's the only page I have on my website that deals with watches. I'm looking right now. I might have put it on the playlist, the Grand Seiko playlist. I think I might have done that. I've got a Grand Seiko playlist on my video, on my YouTube. And I might have put it there. I'll check that next. Give me a moment here. I'm checking this page to see if I added a link. It's quite a long page. There's a lot of stuff, but I don't think I added that. No, I didn't. Okay, let me go check the playlist real quick. See if it's there. In any event, I'm going to put this link in the chat just so you guys have it. Okay, where is it? Grand Seiko, Archie gets it wrong. Apologies. That's in the playlist, but that's not the review video he did for me. That's just a video where he talks about Grand Seiko and how great they are. No, I don't see it. Still looking, but I don't think it's going to be here. No. Don't see it. Well, hopefully, if you search his channel, hopefully you can get it to come up. You search 18238, date 8, or Rolex date 8, maybe you'll find it. Okay, I'm not going to spend any more time hunting for that. But here's the link to my playlist. Okay, GS playlist. Okay. All right, let's see what else we got here. I tried Harry's. The blades do not have the precision blade on the top for close work under my sideburns. I can get close enough for me. I mean, I've never had a problem with that, I don't think. But anyway, just buy a Panasonic foil electric shaver. Takes a bit for your skin to adjust, but it's great after that. I tried electrics, and I never felt like I could get a decent shave with them. That would obviously be easier than all this other stuff, but I just never felt like I could get a good shave with them. I went back to Gillette Fusion, 12 packs. Is expensive, but lasts me 2 years before I buy again. Wait a minute, I don't understand. 12-pack. That's not 12 blades lasting you 2 years. Explain yourself. Excellent listener. Explain what you're trying to say there. I'm confused. Foil shavers are garbage. Okay. Buy high quality, buy once, and do the job right with the right tool. There you go. Drone enthusiast. My bald head says otherwise. Bob Builder. Got tired of nicking my scalp. What were you nicking your scalp with? Be specific here, folks, so we know what you're talking about. You talked me out of getting a Rolex. I much prefer the spring drive secondhand movement from Seiko to the 28.8 VPM sweeping secondhand. I hear you. You get spoiled with that. You really do get spoiled with that. Now, the exception being on the Gold Stunner, I don't mind the quartz click on the Gold Stunner because I'm not wearing it every day, and that's a big benefit to be able to just put it on and go and not have to worry about setting the time or anything. And I like not having to worry about setting the time on either one of these watches, that I know they're just straight up accurate. Now, that reminds me, I probably have to change the date on that watch because I didn't change it when we went into December. So the date's probably off by 1 day. You know, I might not even bother because I don't even check the date on that watch. So it probably doesn't even matter that the date is off. How funny is that? Okay. I can shave my entire head in the shower in about 5 minutes. Here's the thing, drone enthusiast. This is what I like about shaving in the shower. And a friend of mine turned me on to this. And you can buy these mirrors I bought mine, it was about $120 for a chrome one on Amazon. You can buy these mirrors to put in the shower that the hot water runs through them, and they don't fog up. And so I love to shave in the shower because the steam and everything, your skin's already warm and your beard's moist, and you just put a little bit of shaving cream on, or I use the gel stuff, and then it's very quick and easy to shave in there. And of course, it just rinses off with the shower and goes down there. It's really a great way to shave. But I don't always do it. I just do it when it's convenient. But I'll show you the mirror, because these are everybody really should have these. They have a cheap plastic one, and then they have a chrome one that's a little more. Let me see if I can find it. See. Our shower mirror. Let's see here. See if it'll come up. The one will come up that I bought. They got a bunch of them that they claim are fog-free, that the water doesn't run through, but those don't work worth a damn. You got to get the one that the water runs through. And now, of course, it's not coming up. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Perfect. Okay, so this is it. It's really cool. It just hooks up above your shower head. It hooks up to everything, and the water actually runs through it, and it keeps it from fogging up. Okay, and you can adjust the position, and it has the thing to hang the razor in. That's the exact one that I have. It's $124. And so, yeah, I highly recommend getting one of those puppies for your shower because it really is cool. Okay. Depends on your hair type, but for males in my family, electric razors don't work at all, even after weeks of testing. I hear you. Drone enthusiast, that sounds painful. My barber, who offers straight edge shaves, says nothing gives better shave than a Mach 3 or similar. Really? That's interesting. Because the people that use these double-edged blades, these safety razors, they claim they get a closer shave. Maybe they're just all lying. I don't know. What word could you use? It's either a better shave or it's not, right? Let's see here. I did not mean to come across as a shaver crank. I just have a few and they do the job, not a collector. Okay. Don't get defensive, Jeff. That's okay. You can collect razors. I'm good with that. Hello from Mama's basement. Okay. Eastern Summer. Okay. And I got to talk to you about the guy that says the USA is going down the tubes and all this stuff. The fusion blades last a long time. I don't buy them very often. I usually get a 12-pack every other year in my stocking. What do you mean? Your 12 blades last you 2 years? I don't understand. Is it a 12-pack? Is there how many are in a pack? How many blades, man? Let's get specific here. Interesting topic, useful. Well, we're so far we haven't made a lot of progress. Hey, Randy, that thing is cool. That mirror is super cool. Now, they have a plastic one that's a lot cheaper, but I would not recommend it. But it hooks up, and the water actually runs through it, so it keeps it the same temperature, and so it doesn't fog up. It's really, really a cool innovation. And mine's a few years old, and it's holding up great. I think they last a long time. I don't see any problem with that. Let's see here. Electric razors don't cut it for me. They just lacerate my face and give me acne. I hear you. Mach 3, exactly what I use. I shave with one for over a month. I could stretch the Harry's ones more than a couple weeks, but after 2 weeks, it starts getting edgy. So I switch it out after about 2 weeks. I do get 2 weeks out of them, though. And I have hair like prickly pears, very tough. Okay. 12 blades. So 12 blades in a pack. So 12 packs. Okay. So here's the excellent listener. Here's the useful information we need to know is how long does a blade last you? One blade. So we're comparing apples to apples here. How long does one blade last you? And then we got to find out, somebody's got to check the Harry's website. Somebody that's good at multitasking. I can do it if I have to, but somebody should check the Harry's website and see how much their blades are so we can get a comparison going here. I use Dorco razors for shaving, Pace 4 cartridge, but the handles and cartridges are all modular fitting with one another. So Pace 4 cartridge, is that sort of like the Harry's cartridges, like with multiple blades in it? Is that a similar, like a competitor to Harry's type of thing, or to the Mach 3 or all that? Is that what we're talking about here? I don't know all the nomenclature. By the way, folks, one benefit to the fact that everybody dresses like bums now is I can wear a shirt like this Brooks Brothers shirt without any real starch in it, and it can be a little bit wrinkly. And I've worn this like 2 or 3 times since it. See, the more you wear it, the starch kind of goes out of it, right? If you wear it like 3, 4, 5 times before you take it back to the cleaners. But see, I can push it like that. I can wear it several times. Now, if it starts getting dirty around the collar, the inside of the collar, then, it goes in the bin and it goes back, right, to the cleaners. But the fact that everybody dresses like bums and stuff is you can push it a little more. You can wear the shirt more times and all that, and you're still going to look better than them because they all look like total bums anyhow, right? Wearing like hoodies and worn out blue jeans, and, they just look like crap anyhow. So you can dress halfway decent, and you're going to look a lot better than those yamokes. So that's a benefit to them dressing like slobs all the time, I think. Okay, I change my safety razor blade every time I shave because I like fresh blades and they're so cheap. Every time. Okay. That seems like some work, though. Um, okay. But then that means you probably aren't saving any money. Um, because if they're 25 cents each, excuse me. Oh, If they're 25 cents each and you change them every day, let's just take 6 days would be $1.50. So 2 weeks would be $3. So if I get 2 weeks out of the Harrys, I'm probably spending about the same amount as you. We've got to find out how much the Harrys ones cost so we can do that comparison. But you're going overboard, I think, changing them every day. I don't think all the reviews I've seen, people are saying they usually get 5 days to a week out of double-edged blades. I'm cheap when it comes to razors and shave cream. I usually use the Fusion blade approximately 2 months. Shave 7 days a week. Yeah, I shave every day too, but the what Fusion, are you talking about the Gillette Fusion blade? Are you talking about it's like one similar to the Harry's thing? We're not talking about a double edge here. And you get 2 months out of it? Holy cow. Haha, everyone dresses like bums. A lot of people do, Dan. You'd be surprised. You go out and you look around. A lot of people dress like bums. How much is your monthly dry cleaning bill? Not that expensive because I don't. They do my shirts, but I don't like this sport coat. I can't remember the last time I had it cleaned. I don't know if I've ever had it cleaned. Tell you the truth. I mean, my suits and my sport coats and stuff like that. Almost never will I take them to the dry cleaner. There's no reason to unless you spill something on them or something. I've got one suit that's got something spilled on it that I'm probably going to have to deal with, but. There's really no reason to take them to the cleaners. If you rotate them in enough, if you don't wear the same thing every day, and you're not like sweating in it and stuff like that, it's not really a problem for high end like camel hair or cashmere or high end wool suits. I mean, they will go a long, long time before you have to even think about taking them to the dry cleaner. So to answer your question, the bill's not that high. I might spend $15-20 at the most on having shirts done. And that's probably in the summertime when I sweat more, right? You sweat more, the collars get dirty, right? But I just dropped off about 10 shirts to have done. But it's probably been 2 months since I've had any done, right? So I do them in batches. I'll do a batch, and then I'll wear them for a long time. I'll go through them and all that, and then I'll drop off another batch. It's probably less than that. It's probably less than $10 a month now that I think about it, and probably even less than that. I mean, I really do not do it that often. I only recommend feather blades. However, the made in Japan's one of the only good blades I could find. Why you don't like hoodies? Well, you look like a thug, or homeless person, but it's okay. I personally cannot shave every day of the week because the razor rips my skin and causes rashes and bleeding. Wow. Okay. That's scary. I'm lucky. I only got to shave every 2 days. There you go. He's only 13 years old and doesn't need to shave often. There you go. I wear hoodies, but I wear them when it's super cold while I'm at work. Well, Dan, you could wear like a camel hair sport coat or a cashmere sport coat, and that's going to keep you warm. Going to look a lot better than a hoodie. I'm telling you, I've gotten stopped back in the day. I don't speed that much anymore, but back in the day, I used to speed a lot. And it really helped to be well-dressed all the time. 9 times out of 10, I would get off with just a warning. Sir, please try to back it down a little bit through here, something like that. I mean, they treat you with respect when you're well dressed a lot of times. So, speaking of bums, a few years ago, I saw a young couple at a sushi place. The woman was wearing a very nice dress and heels. Her boyfriend was dressed in a t-shirt, sneakers, and cargo shorts. Hey, if he can get it done like that, I mean, if she was all that and a bag of chips and she paid the bill and everything else, I mean, I can't argue with his game. I mean, it sounds like he's got it going on. I have nice clothes as well, but I don't like wearing them as it's really hot where I live, and I don't want to get them dirty hot. Well, again, in the summertime, I would be wearing like maybe a button-down collar, Brooks Brothers, and maybe with the sleeves rolled up, and Bill's khaki pants. Um, you can still dress nice even when it's warm, or a polo shirt. A polo shirt, a nice polo shirt, and some khakis or something like that. You're going to look a lot better than the average, loser out there. I have a girly beard, so I can shave every other day, but sometimes I sport a goatee. Well, there you go. I wear a fresh shirt daily. I am sweat hog. My cleaning bill for shirts is about $26 a month. Yeah, it'll add up if you're doing it every day. If you're cycling through every day, it'll definitely add up. Even in the summer, I can usually get 2 or 3 days out of a shirt. I wear a hoodie sometimes, especially when it's cold. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, I would skip that. I'd get a nice bomber jacket and wear that. Craig, did you ever have a mustache? For a brief period, I had one, but I didn't think it looked good. I gave up on that whole deal. I did have one for a brief period. Hey, Dan, wear a wool suit to work. There you go. My first mustache. I only wear hoodies and T-shirts when I am coming out of a gym. Otherwise, I only wear coats and sweaters. Well, there you go. Turkey Vulture, where do you work? I'm a forklift driver. I would like a wanker if I drove around a forklift wearing a suit. I would look like a wanker if I drove around a forklift wearing a suit. But there's still a lot of things you can wear other than a hoodie, even driving a forklift. For example, you could wear a shirt like I had on yesterday, that Egyptian cotton safari shirt. Right, that'd look cool on a forklift. I'll show you me operating a bulldozer, how I dressed when I was operating a bulldozer, okay? You ready to check that out? Let me bring that up. You don't have to dress like a bum just because you're doing stuff. So let me pull this up. If I can find it. Why does Flickr always go slow when I'm waiting on it? It's like a watched pot doesn't boil, right? Oops, we could not process your search. Oh, come on, people. I'll tell you what, I hate if SmugMug is screwing up Flickr, I'm going to be pissed off. I really loved Flickr. It was really doing great. Now it seems to be going slow. It seems to be having issues. And I mean, I've got a ton of photos on there, and I've got them all organized, into sets, and I've got them tagged, and they're going to screw that whole thing up. Their site's down right now. I can't even do a freaking search on their site. Holy cow. All right, well, let me pull up the video. All right, if I can't do Flickr, okay, it's loading now. Okay, give me a second. Don't anybody panic. Let me see if I can find it now. Maybe it's just the search function that's not working. For crying out loud, Flickr. All right, I'm going to go to plan B. I'm going to try to find the video on YouTube. Give me a second here, see what I can do on this. All right, here it is. Okay, so let's switch to my computer. See if we can pull up this video. And see, we go full screen. This is down at the Durwood Estate. And I've been doing a lot of work on that place. We finally got it all in good shape. And here's me. Well, that's not me. Here's me. See that shirt? Starched shirt. Just because you're operating machinery doesn't mean you have to look like a bum. All right, there I am. I've got a alligator belt on. I've got those pants are tactical pants, 100% nylon tactical pants. So there's that. But let's see what else we can see here. See if we can get a. Okay, here's one closer. Gonna go back here. See that? You don't have to look like a bum just because you're working equipment. So there you go. How do I get out of this? Let's go back to the comments. See what you guys say about that. Okay, let's see here. I just got in fast in Flickr. Yeah, Flickr, I guess it's depending on which servers you're hitting or whatever. No, I don't shoot film anymore. Okay. Trying to catch up. Okay, let me get back to the good strip clubs. Okay, let's get back to the top here so I make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm a plumber. No wool suits for me. Okay. Okay, all right, here we are. We're back to where we were. I look like a wanker if I drove around forklift wearing a suit, okay? So I just demonstrated you can dress nice and still be working equipment, okay? I think I just demonstrated that. So I'm a plumber, no wool suits for me. Again, plumber, you can still dress decent, right? You can wear a decent shirt. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Depends on what kind of work you do. A nice dressed jacket like you're wearing, Craig, would not be right for a machine shop. No, but like I say, you can wear something decent. You can have a nice belt on. You can have nice shoes on. You can still, even if you're wearing jeans, right? You can still be wearing nice moccasins made in Maine. Nice heavy duty. They make some great boots that are moccasin construction. That are extremely comfortable to be on your feet all day. Just about all the shoes I wear that I'm on my feet all day in are moccasin construction. Moccasin meaning that the leather wraps up underneath your foot, and then they have the moccasin toe, hand stitched around. A lot of boat shoes, of course, are made that way, but some boots are also made that way, and they're very comfortable. So there's things you can do to add a little bit of class to your wardrobe and be more comfortable and more functional for you. I was wearing, you didn't see it when I was operating a dozer, but I was wearing kangaroo leather boots that were moccasin construction that are extremely comfortable and extremely durable. And those are the boots that I was wearing. Okay. Of course, as one is selling cars, yachts, planes, a suit would be required. Well, a suit or a nice sport coat, depending on, selling yachts, probably a nice sport coat, boat shoes, nice khakis, high-end, Bill's khakis from United States of America. What do you think about turtleneck shirts? I never felt that comfortable in them. I guess they're okay, but I would rather wear something like I'm wearing right now. Turkey Vulture, nice, yeah. What's neat about these high-end, like Brooks Brothers shirts or Gitman Brothers shirts or Kenneth Gordon, these made in USA high-end shirts, is you can get them cheap if you get lucky. You find like 5 or 6 of them that somebody donated to a Goodwill or something, right? You can get them cheap. You can get like a $150 shirt or $200 shirt for $4, right? Or $3, right? That's a good deal. Nothing wrong with doing that. I don't mind you guys saving money. And we're going to talk about the money thing here in a minute, too, because one of the Yamokes made a comment on my last video, and I'm going to call him out. I'm going to call him out. Okay, okay, we talked about that. Nice, yeah. Singlets only for that. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay. Double blade safety razor. Okay. For sure, I'd like to see that. Like to see what? Serious question. Are there any good strip clubs in your area? Oh, not near me. I don't think there are any in Frederick County. I think you got to go down into like Washington, D.C. or somewhere like that. Let's see here. When I was stocking grocery shelves in high school, all the guys had to wear a collared white shirt and tie. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I'm saving money on razor blades to get the pre-owned blue Pelagos. Okay. Hot weather isn't a reason to not dress nice. I wore polo shirt and khakis during this sticky Chicago summer and was just fine. Safari shirts, polos, and I don't know what that is. Gari burrs. I don't know what that are made for human climates. Yeah, you can wear like a seersucker suit too if you want to wear a suit. Craig, do you ever shoot film? No, I don't. I did years ago, but no, I still have a film camera here somewhere, but I sold the F3 high eye point and all the stuff that went with it years ago. I still have one film camera around here somewhere, but no, I don't use it. Craig, have you looked at 500px? Flickr's been pretty annoying as of late. Well, the problem with 500px is it's not a database, and I need a database. I need the organizational benefits of Flickr, the way you can put them in albums and then in collections, and then you can join groups and put them in groups, and it's all very well organized. And it's great for the purposes that I do, where I want to be able to quickly put a handle on some photos and show them. I want to have my photos all organized, and Flickr is designed like a database. 500px is not, so it's not an adequate replacement. I just got just jumped again on me. Give me a second here. Okay, I just got it. Okay. All right, there we go. We're back here. Yep. Had to wear a shirt and tie in high school for a stock boy job in a grocery store. Now make 6 figures a year and wear jeans and a T-shirt to work. Here's the thing, drone enthusiast. You noticed when Mark Zuckerberg went and appeared in Congress and gave testimony and all that, you noticed he wore a suit? He didn't wear his hoodie. Okay? So that tells you that there's something about the way you dress that makes a difference. All right, he was trying to impress those guys, and he was trying to show them that he knew what he was doing and that he's going to get things under control and all this stuff. And he wore a freaking suit. Okay? So the way you dress does matter. And maybe you'd be making 7 figures if you dressed halfway decent. If you can make 6 figures dressing like a bum, maybe you'd be making 7 figures if you dressed halfway decent. So there you go. I only use 24 karat gold, 24 karat solid gold blades. There you go. I wonder how well they'd work. I have to go to 18 karat. I think the 24 would be too soft. High school grocery store stock boys should wear Armani suits. Well, there you go. I never was a fan of Armani suits, though. I like the more conservative designs. When you use to shoot film, did you do your own developing processing? No, I did not do that. Okay. Are you a landscape contractor too? No, no. I was just clearing some. When we got the house down there, there was an acre of ground in the back that was heavily wooded and heavily overgrown. I mean, totally unusable. It's 2 acres. There's an acre where the house is and the pool and all that. And then there's another acre behind that was heavily wooded. And so I decided to reclaim that and to make some walking paths and everything back there and to make it all usable. So I rented the bulldozer and I did that myself. I actually did 2 things. I rented a tractor first with a bush hog on the back, and I did that. And then at some point we rented the bulldozer and I did more stuff. I'll show you some pictures of the Durwood estate if you want to see that. That's our house down in Montgomery County. Beautiful spread. And you can go to DurwoodEstate.com and you can see more of that. But let me go. I'll show you some photos here. You guys want to see some photos of the Durwood estate, don't you? Notice I registered a domain name for house, DurwoodEstate.com. Everybody should have a URL for their house, right? Okay, so here I'm using the tractor, okay, and working on that back acre. And there, that shirt I'm wearing is Egyptian cotton, and that is from Banana Republic, one of the vintage ones from Banana Republic, back when they were selling when they were selling Egyptian cotton. And you can't really see the boots, but those are moccasin-style boots. Those are kangaroo leather. Okay. All right. And there's the Prius in front of the house. Okay. And there we're getting some work done inside. It was shortly after we got it. We had hardwood floors put down. See, there's the hardwood floors going down. Ripped out a lot of carpeting and had the hardwood floors. Oh, now it's not changing. What the hell is going on? I'll tell you, I'm having my share of problems with Flickr today. That can't be the last photo. Don't tell me this is locked up. What the heck is going on? Hold on a second. Let me reload this page. Oh boy, why am I having? Oh, look, see, it's bombing out on me. Why is Flickr bombing out on me today? The hell is going on? I mean, I rarely have problems with Flickr. You guys have brought some gremlins into the whole mix here. Well, there you go. See if I can get it to go here. Oh, it still doesn't want to go. Let me reload the whole damn thing. This is what happens when you try to do live TV, right? You're dependent on things working. And then all of a sudden they don't want to work. We'll try this one more time, and then I'm going to just drop back and punt. All right. So first what we'll do is we'll just scroll down through the whole set to get down to where we were roughly. Okay. Here's where we were, where the floors were being put in. Okay. And here's where I was working on the pathways, the walkways. Once I cleared out the underbrush with the tractor and the bush hog. We laid out, like if I go here, you can see we laid out where we wanted the walkways to be, right? And then we brought in wood chips. We actually got them free from Montgomery County. They trimmed the trees, and we brought in the wood chips. Okay, and let's see if I can show once I started putting the wood chips in, because it made such a difference. There are the girls having a cookout. Okay. A beautiful Prius. Just blasting through here just so I can get to where picture I want to show you. Oh, shoot. It's quit again on me. For crying out loud. All right, I give up. You guys can go to durwoodestate.com. durwoodestate.com, and you can look at all the damn photos if you want to. I can't get the damn thing to work. Save my life, okay? Okay, so let's get caught up here. Let's see. Okay, you kind of got me there. I love that dozer as well. How cool. Yeah, it was fun. Some people commented on the video. I've got the video on my channel here of me doing it. And they were like, you were so abusive to that thing. Hey, it's a rental. That's what happens with rentals, right? I mean, I was pushing these boulders with that damn thing. And I mean, I really, really torqued that sucker. But we had some pretty big boulders we had to push around. I had to organize that whole walking path thing, right? And I had to like move some big boulders around and stuff. And I have a video of it here on my channel. It's hilarious. And it started raining and I was still doing it. I didn't care. Double-breasted Brooks Brothers suit. We saved a lot of money by me doing that instead of me hiring somebody to do it. My gosh, you pay serious money for an equipment operator to come in there. It's better to rent it and do it yourself. Double-breasted Brooks Brothers suit while on the forklift this way. Hell yeah. French cuffs and stuff on the forklift. Nothing wrong. Hey, if James Bond can look at all the things he does wearing a tux, right? Of course, that's not real, is it? But oh well. Oh shoot, where is it? Yeah, they used to make Red Wing. We'll get to Red Wing in a second. Let me just catch up on these comments. Okay. I said I only wear hoodies when it's cold, but that's a good shirt. Yeah, you got other options out there, Dan. Get rid of the hoodies, and wrap up the tutors in them and ship them both away. If you want to look at how to dress properly in the summer, just look at Puerto Rican and Filipino clothing. The key is to wear looser, light, and white linen knit fabrics, and not anorex. Yeah, like the skinny jeans. You guys really should watch when Sarah talked about dating a cowgirl. It is hilarious. She talked about this guy wearing skinny jeans and earrings and stuff. It's hilarious. You guys should watch that. I told you guys to watch that. You should go back and watch that. It was last Monday's show. Tomorrow night is going to be the next show, by the way. Tomorrow night at 10 o'clock on this channel. 10 o'clock USA Eastern Time. She's going to be talking about that stuff. Okay, trolls wear hoodies. Okay, there you go. Top hat, cane, and three-piece suit with cowboy boots while I sweat copper pipe. I think your income would probably go like through the roof. They'd think you were so freaking cool. They'd talk about you. Hey, the plumber came in. He was wearing a, top hat and tails, and they'll all be talking about you, and that gets you more business. But you still got to be able to sweat those pipes. You still got to be able to get the job done. What's a good brand name that makes good boat shoes? I've got a whole bunch of videos on my channel. Take a look. There's still some good ones made in the U.S., and I've got videos here on my channel. Look at my Made in USA playlist. And I got a lot of good ones in there. And David saying Red Wing makes some good mock toe boots. I don't know if they still make USA-made stuff or not. They might. They did, and I've got some of their stuff from years ago. But I heard they were outsourcing some of their stuff. But yeah, if they still do, then they would be a good choice. Russell Moccasin Company. They're in like Wisconsin or something. I've got some videos on my channel. They are fantastic, and they will make them to measure to fit your feet and everything. And they're not terribly, ridiculously expensive. They're not cheap, but Russell Moccasin Company. I've got 2 pairs of them. I love them. I've got reviews on my channel here. Take a look. Got to go with 1,000-mile boots. I don't like the 1,000-mile boots. I've seen them, and yeah, I would rather go with Russell's than those. I think I like the moccasin construction of the Russells, and yeah, it's just a step up if you ask me. DC has the sluttiest of all girls. Oh, wow. Okay. How much would you have to be paid per day to wear a Tudor? I'd do it for $100 a day. I'd wear one. Let's see here. The gold blades are not that soft. I hone the shit out of them with my gator belt. There you go, Tom. Tom's rolling, man. I always have been confused. Is it bush hog or brush hog? That's a good question. That's a very good question. I would think it would be brush because you can cut all kinds of brush with it, but that's a really good question. That would be a thing to Google. What is the name of the estate you were clearing? It's durwoodestate.com. I registered the domain name. I do that for, if I get anything valuable, I always get a domain name to go with it. Durwood, I'll put it in the chat, ESTATE.com. I'm a big fan of having a domain name for a property. durwoodestate.com. I think that's spelled right. There we go. Okay, so that's in the chat. Got to be the only guy who would give a wardrobe update while riding a deer. Well, we were just trying to make the point. People were trying to make the argument that, hey, I work for a living, so I have to wear like a hoodie, right? I was just trying to make a point that just because you have a heavy-duty job where your clothes take some abuse doesn't mean that you have to dress in garbage. There's clothing that you can dress in that can take some abuse. Specifically, that Egyptian cotton safari cloth is known to be very durable. It's designed to go through thicket and stuff like that. It's designed to be durable. So there's stuff that you can wear that can get the job done that you're not going to look like a bum. I can lay wood like nobody's business. Well, there you go. Craig, you should get a Fila tracksuit. Yeah, those, back in the day, we used to, have like warm-up suits and all that kind of stuff. But when I play tennis these days, I wear swimsuits, believe it or not. And I have no problem taking the tennis balls in and out of the pockets. I have no problem. I wear swimsuits when I play tennis down in Florida. And I wear nice shirts, nice like a polo shirt or something, or sometimes I'll wear a T-shirt, when I play. But we're kind of, it's more informal tennis down there. It's not, it's not like I'm playing on the grass up at Westchester Country Club where they require all white and all that stuff, right? But yeah, I just wear a swimsuit these days. And the good thing about in Florida is you can wear a swimsuit all the time. It like becomes my staple. I'm almost always wearing a swimsuit, right? And you talk about saving on laundry costs, you just dive in the pool, right? Just dive in the pool. So there's that. Yeah, the Durwood Estate is beautiful. It really is beautiful. And it's right near the metro, right near the Shady Grove Metro, so it's an ideal location. We got it. It was a repossession. The guy didn't pay his bill, and so We talked the other day about risk, right? Risk when you take on notes that you can't pay. And so I stepped in with cash, and we got a hell of a deal. Hell of a deal on that place. Put some money into it, but we're probably $1 million up on that property just because of the deal we got on it. It's worth about $2.5 million right now, the way it sits, and we paid $600,000 for it. So that tells you something. But it was cash on the barrelhead. People say, "Oh, you can't get good buys just because you use cash." Yeah, they're full of it. Okay, they are full of it. You go to see a banker and sitting on a repossessed property, and you've got cash money you can settle today. They're like, "Okay, okay, we'll do a deal." They just want to get rid of that damn property off their books. Okay, let's see here. I like teacups with that. I like CISO. Gotta go. Great show. Happy Sunday. Hey. Hi. So the topic is wet shaving. We were talking about that. Absolutely. Don't forget Cowgirls Live on Monday nights at 10 p.m. USA Eastern Time for Red Wings. With the Heritage Collection, those are USA. Good. That's good to know they're still doing that. Just wear a tux under coveralls, just like James Bond did under his tactical wetsuit during the first scene in Goldfinger. There you go. He also wore his 65-38 Submariner on a Zulu NATO strap with a suit, bold. There you go. Dry shave forever. Hey, okay. The Pelagos that one of your viewers mentioned that he is saving for is a tutor. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot those are tutors. Oh, God. That's sad. Just get a Gillette adjustable or Fat Boy, and you'll never dry shave ever again. There you go. Plenty of them on Fleabay. Yep. I enjoy my Tudor Black Bay, red bezel. Oh, my God. Please, people, don't do the... Oh, my God, don't do the Tudor thing. Safe to say you didn't grease the machines when they were returned. Oh, my God. And the... What was funny was I probably shouldn't say this. They're not gonna know. I was using the blade. I was using the hydraulics on the blade to push a boulder, like it was like partially sunk in the ground. I was trying to get it up out of the ground and kind of roll it, right? And I was because I tried to just push it with the dozer, and the dozer was slipping. I mean, this is how heavy this boulder was, right? And so I'm using the hydraulics to get more torque to try to get this thing, to roll. And one of the hydraulic hoses burst. And so I drove it back around to the front of the house, and there was like a trail of hydraulic fluid. And fortunately, they came to fix it. They got great service at the rental place, right? They had their mobile mechanic guy come out and put the new hose on it, hydraulic hose. And fortunately, it wasn't totally out of fluid, so I didn't burn up the pump, right? Because then that would have been a major problem, right? But he put a hose on it and put like a couple of gallons of, hydraulic fluid in it, and I went back to work, Man, I was hard on that dozer. Damn. And what was funny was I was hard on the John Deere, too. When I returned that, they tried to get us to pay for $2,500 worth of repair to the tractor because they said I abused it. Can you imagine me abusing it? I didn't pay them any $2,500. But that's a whole thing there. I enjoy my Tudor Black Bay red. Okay, there we go. Really, a swimsuit on the tennis court. That may be worse than wearing a hoodie. Not down there. At the Sun and Fun Resort down in Sarasota, we wear swimsuits doing everything. It's just normal thing. That's why you can get very good cash returns, taking advantage of opportunities like Durwood, better than a BS 6% mutual fund return. I get more than 6%. I'm clearing more than 10% after fees on my mutual funds. And here's the thing about real estate is more work. Okay, this is my take on it. Real estate is more work than just putting some money in a mutual fund, right? Picking a good mutual fund. It doesn't take that long to find some good mutual funds and just diversify, buy several of them. I've got maybe 10 of them, right, that I've got money spread around in. So by definition, I'm a little more diversified that way. But it's almost no work. I mean, once you've parked the money in there, if you're long term, you just let it ride, right? And so it's almost no work. Whereas the real estate, anything can happen. Like my house down in Florida, I can tell you right now, pretty soon, the whole air conditioning system is going to have to be replaced because about every 10, 12, 14 years, you can count on it, you're going to have to replace the whole air conditioning system. That's going to be 15 grand, 20 grand, because it's a decent size house. And so, every so often, the real estate bites you. You get a little bite, right? And so some people don't like to mess with it because of that. And the other thing is, getting a really good buy on real estate is not as easy as it sounds. I mean, it takes some time to find the deal and to make the deal. And sometimes you can't make the deal. Sometimes somebody else steps in before you and it doesn't go through. And so there's issues, there's time, yes, and you're going to want to make a bigger return on real estate because, first of all, there's more risk. I think there's more risk to it, and there's more time and effort and all that, and so you do want to make a better return on real estate. I wouldn't want to invest in real estate only expecting a 10% return, right? I'd want a 20% or more return. Otherwise, I don't want to go through the hassle. But it's also good to be invested in real estate, to be diversified, to not have all your eggs in one basket. So that's another reason why you want to have some real estate in your portfolio is just to be diversified. So I think it's good to do both. Okay, Craig, what do you think of Bermuda shorts? They'd be okay. When do you plan on heading down to Florida? That's a good question. I got some issues I'm dealing with up here, so I don't know how soon I'll get down there. But I'll be back and forth some. So there's that. Note to rental companies: if a guy comes in wearing a Banana Republic shirt and tactical pants, may not know how to run a dozer. That's right, and may push that dozer pretty hard. I think rental companies realize that people kind of use their equipment kind of hard. That's why the fees aren't cheap. That thing was $500 per day, right? So the fees aren't cheap. I had a mutual fund that did close to 40% last year, but it was not an. Well, see, that's the thing, David. It's over time that you're going to average. If you have a good one, you're going to average 10% plus after fees over, like, let's say, a 10-year period. Like the last 2 years has been really good, right? The stock market has just gone crazy, but that's not normal. That's not going to sustain for 10 years running, right? We're going to have some down times and up times, and, that's just the way it's going to go. But if you have a good one, I think you should be able to clear 10% after fees. I would expect that. Safety Razor live stream Jesus. Is it Christmas already? Well, there you go. Yeah, we talked about the Safety Razor thing, see if that was a good idea to do. And I don't think there's a consensus on it. I think we have some that said it was and some that said not so much. No point in being nice to a rental. I mean, I got to be honest with you guys. I was not trying to damage the dozer. I was pushing it hard. I was pushing some large boulders. I was getting the max out of that dozer that I could possibly get. I did not plan on blowing that hydraulic hose. I mean, I was not trying. I was not trying to be, you know, a vandal. I wasn't trying to destroy the damn thing. I did push it hard, and we got a lot done with it. And it is gorgeous back there. The pathways and all that. Just got here, Craig. What do you shave with? So here's the thing. I've been shaving with the Harry's blades, but it's been suggested to me that I should get these safety razors and the double-edged blades, and that it's a lot cheaper. It's 25 cents a blade, and that I'll actually get a better shave, and that there's really no downside to going that route as opposed to the Harry's razors or the Mach 3 or any of these others, right? Ways of shaving. But then we got some mixed comments as far as whether or not that's really true. So that's where we are. Absolutely good point to old-fashioned wet saving. Get the right gear and you'll save money. Do you do it that way, though, Clive? Do you actually do it? It's a great idea. I use Parker 24C razor with Astra Platinum blades. Okay. And not a lot of cutting, not a lot of blood, not a lot of blood in the street, like we have right now with Bitcoin, blood in the street. The Durwood Estate, a vacation home for you and your family. It's a home that we use often. I would not call it a vacation home, but we use it often. Yes, we do that. Been wet shaving for 4 years now. I wonder why they call it wet shaving, because I wet shave with my Harry's. I mean, my face is wet. I put the gel stuff on there and I shave. I wonder why they call it wet shaving, what they mean by that. But it is what it is. It does take some technique, but you can manage. Not a lot of cutting or blood, Craig. No skin irritation for me either. I think I'm going to try it. I've got a starter razor in my cart right now on Amazon. Let me tell you which one I'm thinking about getting. Just to get started. I read about this one. It's the Edwin Jagger. This one. It's an affordable thing. I read about this one. It supposedly works well, and it comes with some blades, some starter blades. And so I was thinking about just getting that and seeing if I can even do it, right? At all. And then if that works, I was thinking about getting the Timless razor, this one here. I mean, that is, I think that is super cool. They're bronze. They're bronze razor, see? That is cool. So that was my plan. So I don't know. So what do you all think about that? What do you think about that plan? You put water on before you lather. Okay, let me get caught up on these comments. Okay. I do not like the safety razors for the money you will save, but the real advantage is a better shave. Well, I mean that's a double whammy benefit, though. That's if you can save money and get a better shave, you put water on before you lather. Well, I do that with my current shaving setup. I wet my face. Oh, I better switch back over. I wet my face with warm water several times, and then I put on the gel stuff, that I buy at Costco. It's nothing fancy. It's a Gillette, gel stuff, shaving cream, but it's gel, right? And then I shave with the Harry's blade. So, I mean, it's still wet. Dry shave is the only way. Now, what's dry shave? How the hell does that work? It's wet shaving as in wet sharpening. I don't know what that means either. Dry shaving is electric. Okay, I got the electric thing. Okay. Yeah. I think the consensus was the electric shave is not the way to go. Wet shave only when the battery is dead. I use the super thin double edge razor dry. Huh. Well, that's something. Well, you know, Crocodile Dundee just used his big knife, you know? By the way, I've got that knife. You want to see that knife? I've got the Crocodile Dundee knife. Let me know if you want to see that. I'll show you the Crocodile Dundee knife. Let's see. How expensive are the insurance premiums on your Prius? I hear they're higher on Priuses. Well, mine is kind of high because it's titled in Florida and their insurance rates are a little bit higher. I think I'm paying about $600 every 6 months. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. I should actually shop that because it's actually pretty insane because I've never made a claim or anything. Wet shaving is far more comfortable shave. I opt for the Mach 3, though. Yeah, but see, the Mach 3 is not what we're talking about. It's not, you know, the double-edged blades, the cheap blades. We're back to the expensive blades with the Mach 3. Sent you an email yesterday with some links. Yeah, I looked at all those, David. Thank you. That's what's gotten me digging into this, is all those links. I watched a bunch of videos. I mean, this is just I thought the watch people were intense, but these shaving people, I mean, it's just unbelievable how deep dive they go into this stuff. They're doing 3 passes and all this stuff. I mean, they make a real production out of the whole thing. You just don't use water when you shave. Okay. No, you use a blade to drive shave. Hot lather your face. Hot lather on your face in the morning is a joy. Okay, so what machine do you use a machine for the hot lather, or do you just whip it up with one of those brushes and you just put a little bit in and then whip it up with the brush? Is that what you're talking about? Whip it out, Craig. Okay. Oh, you want to see the knife? Okay, shut up. Is that what you want to see, the knife? You're not going to see anything else. Yes, let's see the knife. That's not a knife. Yeah. Desperation. All right, let's do a time check real quick, and I'm going to get the knife. Time check on the Grand Seiko Stunner. Look at that second hand. Rolex people, eat your heart out as you watch that second hand go around. Oh, I just bumped the table again. Damn. All right, that's not a knife. That's a knife. Okay? That's a knife. Tell me that wouldn't do a number on him. And I put this on the back so that I can tie it down to the leg. All right, so it doesn't flop around. So I added all that Velcro. That Velcro wasn't on there. That be it. I won't come out of there. It's stuck. I haven't touched this thing for probably 15 years, whenever the hell the movie came out. Okay. So there you go. That's a knife. Okay. Oh. All right. So when are you going to try shaving with that bad boy? Yeah, even he was faking it in the movie, remember? Um, cool knife. Not the fat boy, the big boy. Dollar Shave Club rocks. Knife is knife is nice, but probably uncomfortable to carry. Yeah, I never carry it. I never carry it. It was just a thing I got for a costume, I think. I don't remember why the hell I got it. You want to see the whip from Raiders of the Lost Ark? You want to see that? I can show you the whip. You've already seen the coat from Raiders of the Lost Ark. I can show you the whip if you want to see that. Now, I have used that. Nice piece, Mr. Craig. Those teeth dangling off. Yes, they're alligator teeth. How much to super chat for you to shave with the knife? No, I don't think so, Clive. I don't think so. I'd go to a Turkish barbershop for a proper wet shave with a cutthroat and then hot towels to finish it off. Nothing beats that. I want to be just like Craig Shipp when I grow up. Oh, man, that would be a total disaster. You don't want to do that. It may be big, but it might not hold up to any real use. It's 440 steel. I mean, it's nothing spectacular as far as the steel in it. It's really just a costume thing. I mean, it's not. It's made by the same people that made the one for the movie. I mean, it's the same basic knife, but it's not like super steel in it or anything like that. Show the whip. Okay, you've been raiding Hollywood with all this gear. I bet. You get them for costumes and stuff, and I like to get the real thing. So I got the real whip. I got the real coat. Made by the same people. So let me go get the whip. I'll get the whip. Okay. Oh boy, shaking the table all over the place again. So that's just a Velcro strap I had. So this is kangaroo. This is it? Who's the guy? What's the guy's name? Morgan, David Morgan, I think, made the whips for the movie. He made this whip. Yeah, these are expensive puppies. I gotta dust it off and clean it off. I'm gonna treat it with some Picards actually. Now that I've taken it down, I'm gonna treat it with some Picards leather treatment. But yeah, it's no joke. I don't think I could snap it in here. I'd probably take my head off with it. But this is basically the whip. This is the same whip that he had in the movie. His looked a little darker, but it was the natural leather like this. It just darkens over time, and I think they darkened it a little bit, to make it look a little more used, But this is the exact whip that he made for to use in the movie. They had several of them in the movie. They had one that was this length, and then they had some that were longer that he used when he throw and he was climbing up and stuff, So they had several of them. But that's the movie, and that's really the best. That guy makes some fantastic bullwhips. I mean, it's no joke. He knows how to make a freaking bullwhip. So a lot of time goes into making that. So that's the whip. And unlike the knife, that's a really high quality bullwhip. The knife's not necessarily that high quality a knife. I mean, it was okay, but that whip, that's the real freaking deal. Okay, if you pull out a hood and and making tape. Now, what's the making tape? What's that? Okay. Thanks, some ladies. I'll tell you, the whip can keep the ladies in check. It does help, and it help keeps the staff in line too. Okay. Put on the Indiana Jones jacket and the hat. The hat that I have that's closest to his hat, what the hell? We'll do that to wrap up the show. I'll get a hat that's pretty close to the one that he had on, and then I will put on the coat, and then we're going to wrap this puppy up. Okay. All right. I really should have a safari shirt on, under here to do the whole trick. But there you go. Got the whip. And I'll tell you, these Wested jackets, these are really comfortable. This is nice leather. I mean, it is just, and it still has a little bit of that leather smell. When you first get it, I mean, your whole place is going to smell like leather. I mean, it's just really, really fantastic. And these things were not that expensive. I think I paid $220 for this, had it custom made. You give him all your measurements. He custom makes it for you. I think it was like $220 US. Now, this was, I don't know, 15 years ago, whenever the hell it was I got it. Maybe 20 years ago. I don't remember now. But Peter Botwright himself made this for me. He made the jackets for the movie. He's dead now. He died a couple years ago, I think. But Peter was a great guy. I actually met him one time. And he actually, geez, it might have been even longer than that. When was the movie? The movie was like, was it like 87 or when did Raiders of the Lost Ark come out? Because it was only a couple years after that. I met him, and I told him I really liked the jacket that Harrison Ford was wearing. And Harrison Ford wore a size 40, which I was about that size then. I went up to 42, and now I'm down to like maybe 41, but, around in that size back then. And I said, I'd love to have one of those jackets. And he said, well, I can make one for you. He said, just let's get your measurements, and I'll be happy to make one for you. And then it started getting popular, him actually making them for people, and then he added it to his website and all that. And I think he still has it on there, even though he's now passed. I think you can still order them. I know you can order them ready-made, but I think you can still custom order to fit you too. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think they will still do that for you. But I mean, it's a hell of a coat for the money, I think. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna wrap up on these. Um, uh, um, which film? Which film theme is this? Knives and Whips. Um, I don't know. That's a good question. Don't get a tougher hide than kangaroo. That's what they use on motorcycles. Yeah, kangaroo pound for pound is you can't get any tougher than that. That's what they used it. They used it for baseball cleats too because it was so durable, and for soccer shoes and stuff. It is durable. It is no joke. Kangaroo is no freaking joke. I've got that other bomber jacket that's made out of kangaroo, and I've got a bunch of pairs of shoes that are made of kangaroo. There's a learning curve for safety razors, but my friend, this is in his desire to emulate the badass nature of Steve McQueen, tried to shave with a straight edge. It was not a happy learning curve for him. Oh, jeez. Can you use that whip on other horned creatures? I would think so. Yeah, where is the Minotaur Wangler? I'm not sure what that... stream stop for anyone. Stream's fine here. I'm... Okay, Clive, you need... I guess he meant longer whip to reach Brisbane. I don't think Archie would like his horns removed by a whip. Craig, is that place where you bought the Grand Seikos far from me? I'm off exit 10 from 270 in Gaithersburg. It's going to take you probably an hour and 15 minutes or so to get there. He's in Gambrills, Maryland. But if you can go when there's no traffic, I think you can get there in about an hour and 15 minutes from where you are, would be my guess. It takes me about an hour and a half where I am, but I think you're a little closer. But it's worth the trip. It's worth the trip. Make sure Steve's there when you go, though. 1984, 1981. Yeah, so this jacket is old. See, I'm getting too damn old, folks. I'm getting too damn old. What is the name of the company that makes the jacket? It's Wested. Wested Leather. Wested. I think he has Wested.com. Wested.com. Any lining in the coat. It's like a satin, and you can order it with 2 pockets. This one only has 1 pocket. I ordered another one with 2 pockets, one on each side, that I gave to a friend. And I always keep these cashmere-lined gloves in here, just in case I need to. Remember, there was a scene in the movie where he was wearing something like this, too? Okay. So we do that. But the official one that he made for Harrison Ford only had the pocket on the one side. So this is the official. And then, of course, it's got the pockets on the front on both sides. Don't know what I have in here. Oh my gosh, I should probably eat these things. I don't know how old these are. These Kind bars. I don't know how long they've been in this coat. Holy cow. Of course, those have a shelf life of probably 100 years. Some chapstick and whatever else is in here. So, is that hat a Barcelona? No, it is a Stetson. It is a Stetson. Thanks again for your time, Craig. Interesting live stream. Kind regards from England. Well, thank you, Thomas. Are you wearing a watch today, Craig? Yes, I'm wearing the Gold Stunner. Can't shoot it out right now. And we're in the Gold Stunner. And then we've got the GS Diver keeping time for us. GS Diver is Gambril's considered a suburb of Baltimore? It's not that far from Annapolis, but yeah, I don't think it's that far from Baltimore either. Damn good prices for them jackets. Yeah, I was impressed. I thought he was going to tell me like $400 or something, but it was like $220 custom made. And I don't think they're that much more than that now. And as long as they're doing it as good as they did, this is made in the UK. This is really nice leather. They got a couple of different leather choices. This is the actual leather like he used in the one for the movie. This is, I think it's lamb, or is it? What is it? Well, anyway, they'll say on the website. Does anyone outside of Baltimore call people Hun? Undanes. Okay. All right. Well, listen, I'm going to wrap this because I'm getting hungry. And I still haven't settled the problem on the shaving. I think I'm going to try it. I think I'm going to get the cheap razor to start and try it and see what happens. My watch felt too tight when moving my wrist, so I got one link taken out. Now it's slipping all over the place. How should I wear my watch? Well, I don't like my watch slipping all over the place. I don't like it slipping down below this bone here. I don't like a watch that is loose enough that it slips down below that bone. I like it to stay above that bone, but I don't like it to be tight to where it's squeezing on my wrist. So it has to be pretty much just right. That's one of the reasons why I got rid of the Snowflake, is it's harder to get it just right because there's no micro adjustments. With this watch here, there are micro adjustments on the clasp, so I can really get it just right. And then I've got that dive extension that I can use if I get out and my wrist swells up because I get hot or something like that. I can temporarily do the extension, just like the glide lock on the Rolex, but better. It just works better. So give me an email. I'll loan you one and some blades. Well, Clyde, I'm just going to buy the $26 one and get some. It comes with like 5 blades, and I'll just get my feet wet with that and see what I think. You don't have to loan me one. I really appreciate the offer, but you don't have to do that. When do you go back down south? What mode of transportation do you plan on using? It depends on when I go. I usually, the last winter when I went, I just drove down in the Prius. I won't fly down there. I can tell you that. I hate flying. So I'll probably just drive down in the Prius. The Gold Stunner seems to be riding side saddle on your wrist. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with this one, is it rides up a little bit high on the wrist. I can still twist my wrist and read it, but I tend to just pop it like that and slide it down a little bit. When I see Steve, I'm gonna talk to him about this, because the strap is really not centered properly. So I think I might replace the strap. He says he can get custom straps that are just the right length on both sides so that everything is centered properly, and so that I'm on like the middle hole and all that. He can get them done just right. So that might be in my future. Jacket is lamb. Yes, I think it is. I think that's what this one is. Really, where from? The GS is showing the wrong date. Yeah, I didn't change the date. When we got to the end of November, only has 30 days. And I don't think I'm going to mess with it. I think I'm just going to leave it, because I don't use the date on the watch. I don't look at the date on the watch. So I might do the quick change date thing and change it, but I don't think I'm going to bother. My Gold Stunner here doesn't have the date on it. I don't really use the date on the watch, so there's that. What is your main issue with flying, if I may? I don't like going through all the aggravation. I don't like standing in line. I don't like them telling me what I can and can't take on the plane. I don't like having to take all my gear, not being able to take my stuff with me. I can put a lot of stuff in the Prius. I can take my Segway, my camera gear. I can take a lot of stuff in that Prius. You'd be surprised how much I can get in that Prius. And I can't take all that stuff on the plane. First of all, they won't let me take half of it on there. There might be guns involved and knives and all kinds of stuff, right? They're not going to let me take all that stuff. So, no, I don't like flying. Ever since 9/11, and they started all this BS, like searching people and all this crap, it's just all for show. It's all ridiculous. I'm not going into all that. I'll provide my own transportation, thank you. So, the enemy of Craig, the absolutely. It's just ridiculous, all that nonsense they go through. I don't think they would allow the knife on the plane. That's right. They wouldn't allow half the stuff I take on the plane. I can tell you that right now. They would not be enamored with the things I carry. I don't need them. I don't need to travel that way. So there's that. I got family in North Carolina. I can stop halfway, visit them, so on, and then drive down the rest of the way. I just drive. I mean, it's no big deal. Cars have wheels. All right, well, listen, I am going to wrap. I appreciate everybody tuning in. It was a productive discussion. We're making progress on all fronts, and we will continue to make progress, I do believe. So thank you again for watching, and everybody, carry on.